Hey everyone, this is Amy Smythe Harris with RATI, as well as Urban Provision Realtors. So today I want to talk about the top things to do on Facebook to get business. And when I say that with tons of love in my heart because I get a ton of business from Facebook with my real estate business. So I'm a broker owner of six virtual offices, co-broker owner of six virtual offices in Texas. So a lot of my business comes from social media. A lot of times I never meet them in person and we do the deal. So I want to give you some top things to do that I see that has helped me, as well as things that I see agents do that potentially could be offensive. So let's talk about those. So some top Facebook tips for you guys is understand the difference between a Facebook timeline versus a business page. Everybody has different things that they've done for their marketing. I understand that totally. But what I see is a lot of people are saying, oh, I have to have a Facebook business page. That's great if that's part of your marketing strategy. What I've seen is that it kind of goes back to the old school thought of I work with people I know, like, and trust, or that they know, like, and trust me. So whether it was the olden days where I was at junior league or chamber event, they developed a relationship with me and wanted to work with me. Now, on a business page, for me personally, they're not coming to my business page unless it's something of value. So they're not engaging with me on a business page. So again, it depends on what you are trying to achieve in your marketing plan. So if you don't have that set up on what you want to do on your marketing plans, attend one of the RETI webinars. We'll have plenty of those. But my personal timeline, the good rule is 80-20, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But make sure that you understand, should I create a business page or not? And can you keep up with it is the other question. And am I getting more business off my personal timeline because of people that know, like, and trust me? Or is it better for me to do a business page? So let's talk about the profile photo. I see a lot of people have their profile photo out there, and it's great. Love it. But it can be business casual. If I see a real estate agent that friends me and has like a big sold sign rider in front of them, I tend to not maybe want to maybe friend them. So think about that in terms of a consumer. Would your consumer want to friend you? So again, on your profile photo, it should be you, not pictures of you with your significant other, or you with, or the dogs, the grandchildren, whatever it may be. It needs to be you. So like if I'm searching for you and I met you at something and I'm searching for you on Facebook, I want to make sure that it's you. So that's a big thing I see. That's a big hiccup. Another thing is the About Me section is it should have your brokerage name, according to Code of Ethics, as well as most state licensing acts, as well as NAR social media policy, has to have your brokerage name on there. I want to be able to contact you as another agent or potential consumer, whether it's what you have on there. Maybe we've only been chatting through Facebook, but I want to be able to send you a private text. I want to send you a text message or an email about a potential transaction. Have that information on you. I don't want to have to look too hard for it. So the other thing is groups and events. I see so many agents do some amazing, wonderful things on this. So let's talk about groups. So I will talk about ideas of what I've done and I will also talk about ideas that I've seen agents do. So with groups, this was before the Nextdoor app came out. So what I would do in groups is I was basically farming my neighborhood via Facebook. Now you don't have to do that. It's totally up to you. But I was doing it like kind of letting them know, here's a new listing that came on. Hey, we're having a dinner event at somebody's house, or hey, can anybody help because we have somebody going through chemo, or we have hey, there's so-and-so kid in the neighborhood that needs lawn services. So I am huge on joining groups in Facebook. So when Nextdoor came out, I stopped farming my group on Facebook, but I still join a lot of groups that are in my potential sphere of influence. So one is called Woodlands Area Foodies, and that's where I live. And I'm not a big foodie person. Honestly, could care less that much about food. But I'm part of that because they know new restaurants that are coming in for the area that I can also post out. So it's a good source for me. Also, that group there by me posting about, hey, I heard about this, or hey, I tried out this restaurant. What do you guys think? It allows me when my past clients or future clients say we're moving to the area, what's the best restaurants? And since I'm not a huge foodie, I can refer them to that. Another thing about groups is what I do is once I'm with a client or talking with them, since sometimes I don't meet them in person, I research kind of what their passion is. So um, recently I had one client that their child, she kept asking me questions about acting classes in our area and is there a network for that. So I sent her, of course, the acting websites for where she could in our area. But what I did is I found a group on Facebook and then I sent her that Facebook so she could kind of get connected with the community before she moved here. So it's a really, really good tool for people that are moving from out of the area that don't know. So whether they're a foodie, whether they may be into scuba diving, whatever, I try to find a group that would benefit them when they move here so that they're automatically potentially engaged before they arrive and move into their house. Another one is a great one is events. So I will be really honest. I don't do open houses anymore. If I do an open house, it's normally I give it to another agent to get buyer leads. So, and again, this is up to how you run your business. So with the events, you can do your Facebook open house on your events. Another thing you can do on the events for open houses, and a lot of people say, why don't you just send it to the people that are in your area? And I say, totally great. But the few times that I have had open houses as a broker owner, that I had somebody sitting on them, I posted out to my whole network, which is about 5,000 friends on Facebook. I'm limited. And I posted out, not thinking about putting it to my list. So I was not being smart in my marketing. And I had people from other cities that saw it and say, oh my gosh, I have a friend that's actually in town right now. They're interested in seeing X, Y, can you hook me up? By doing those events, that's a great tool for you as doing open houses. Another great tool is a lot of real estate agents are involved heavily in their community, whether it's chair of X committee or chair of Y committee, or just being a volunteer on the PTA or PTO. So putting those events in Facebook is great. Another thing I do is if you're like the homeroom mom or the homeroom dad for your kids' homeroom, is I do signmeup.com. So let's say I needed somebody to bring all these different dishes for maybe a teacher appreciation thing. Or I needed people to let me know that they're going to bring X amount of dollars for a teacher gift for the end of the year. We'll do it as an event, and what I do is go to signmeup.com and then put it as an event, and it will be just those people in that homeroom or um, soccer club, volleyball club, whatever it may be. So those are some good ways to use the groups and events. Another thing that's not on the slide that is a really good tool to market to your sphere of influence, and I'll talk about it in other things that I do, is meetup.com. So let's say you have on Facebook really connected with quite a few people in your sphere of influence or your social object, your passion. So let's say trapeze artists, okay, or doing yoga. Let's do yoga in your area. And you've been on quite a few groups kind of in your area and started talking with them, not about real estate, but just about yourself and giving good advice, or hey, this is a great yoga studio, or hey, I tried this class at such and such time. It was really, really tough, or whatever it may be. Then go on to meetup.com. That's another way to take your level of expansion from groups on Facebook to another realm of cold calling. Because you have to think about Facebook as your sphere of influence farming. People have become your friends because they know, like, and trust you. So farm to them like you would a sphere of influence. So hopefully that helps you guys. And then when you get your friends, you need to remember to put your friends into lists. I will tell you, I was probably about 2,500 friends before I realized that I should categorize my friends on Facebook. So the beautiful thing on friends is once you categorize them into lists, just like a distribution list that you would have maybe on Outlook or whatever it may be, is they are in different lists. So number one, the cool thing about that is number one, they do not know that they're on a list. They don't know the name. Number two, you can add a friend to multiple lists. So kind of divvy them out. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to escape from here and I'm going to show you a friends list. So I'm on, obviously you can see my own personal site. So on my friends here, you'll see I have all of these different friends lists. So when I post to that specific friend list so that I'm not inundating everybody in my friend group to seeing everything. So a lot of agents go, I don't know what you're talking about. So let's just do a quick example for you. So let's say I wanted to post something about this. Excited about hashtag AAQs for Orlando, hashtag B-ball, which is my daughter's in volleyball and we're going to AAUs for a tournament. And so I'm going to put that on there. And then what I could do down here is I can add photos, I can do check-ins and stuff, but then I can choose what group I want it in. So on the, if you notice, I just put, if you let me go back so you can see, it says more options. And then I just can pick my volleyball group. So volleyball peeps, and then it would go out to only some of them. So can't wait to see everyone. Best of luck to your teams. Okay. And then I would post this, but it would only go out to my volleyball friends list. So that way you can kind of see what I'm referring to on that. So again, on your friends list, be cognizant of that. Another quick thing before we go further is I have so many friends and it's hard to keep up with all of them. So this is my Facebook personal page and I'm on my home feed. So you'll see I have 5,000 friends. I'm maxed out. This is called a love box. So I kind of want to see what's going on in here. These are people that maybe have contacted you, looked at a photo. You may have accepted a friend request. There's a lot of paradigms for how they get in the love box. But I use this love box to interact with people. Maybe, oh, I haven't talked to that person in a while, or I need to look at their photos and comment on things, or I just need to see what's going on with their life. So that's the love box. So just so you guys know, for your own personal, what you're trying to do. So let's go back to some other key points on the Facebook ideas. So for you. So we talked about create lists for your personal page. The posting ratio is what we call 80 to 20. So 80% personal, 20% business updates. So ideas for that 20%. So you can go on houselogic.com. It's totally free from NAR. You just have to have your Nerds ID to register. Highly, highly recommend this. And then also like them on Facebook because as soon as it comes in my news feed, then I share it out to people. House is great as well as Pinterest. I love doing before and after photos of maybe a client's or a house I showed and then I see it redone and put back on the market. I'll do before and after. On Instagram, I do coming soon. So when I know it's coming on the market, I normally do about 2 days before it comes on the market in MLS. I'll go do a coming soon photo and put it out on Instagram with the correct hashtags that will also feed out to my Twitter and my Facebook page. DIY.com is another great one. So I'll send out videos about, hey, how to get your, how to reface your front door, how to freshen up your backyard, those type of things. And I'll post those out as well. Just again, I'm very low key marketing, so I do it very what I call subliminal advertising. HGTV has great videos as well. So look on there, see if they have stuff about maybe just decorating to go on the market or just decorating ideas, those type of things. So those are some other good tools for you. YouTube is a great tool. I use it for, you know, frequently asked questions. I'll just do a quick video and I'll send it out to my clients and put it on my YouTube channel. Or I'll do like I had a client ask me, as a past client, asked me about how to change his garbage disposal. And so I went to YouTube, found how to, and he wanted me to like come and do it for him. So I just went to YouTube, found a video on how to change your garbage disposal out, and then I posted it out on my Facebook business page as well. So Facebook videos with the live streaming, lots of really great opportunities there. So don't miss out on those. You could do it for an open house, you could do it for a community event with being hyper local. So you got a lot of choices there. The one thing I would talk with you about if you're doing Facebook live stream or Periscope is to make sure you have a stabilizing cam or holder, like a selfie stick that has a stabilizing thing for it. That makes it a lot better. Video market reports. That's another great one you can just do right in front of your laptop. You can sit here and say to clients, hey, I'm going to use my neighborhood. In the Woodlands between 400 and 500,000, the average days of market are X amount, and the average and the monthly inventory is running at this amount versus last year at this time. Let me know if you have any questions. It can be short, sweet, simple. And remember, if you're going to do those type of things, people want less than 35 seconds on a video. If you're big into doing maybe graphics instead of video, then there's tons of infographic reports. You can actually Google online infographic or, I've done it as instant graphic reports, easy. And then quite a few websites out there, find one you like. And you can do like graphic reports on neighborhood, what's going on in your neighborhood, what's going on in maybe your just local market, or about yourself. Periscope for open house, which is on Twitter, and it is a live streaming before Facebook had live streaming. The cool thing is Facebook live streaming is only going to your friends or the public that can find you. On Twitter with Periscope, if you do your hashtags correctly, then it will be a great tool for you because you can get people coming to your listing or whatever it may be for an open house that's not any of your sphere of influence. Another thing is to what I call bump the post or what I call pimp the post. So let's say I've done a post about something and it's not getting a lot of traction. I'll do bump the post. So bumping the post is me going back and either liking somebody's comment or replying to somebody's comment. When that happens, it goes back into my friends' news feeds, to the top of their news feeds. So that helps them, remember, hey, the pimping the post is another great tool. Is let's say you're a real estate agent that has tons of vendors in your neighborhood or your network, and you could do a tag on that, say, hey, Carpet One Plus, you're awesome. I'm so proud of the great job you did at XYZ, and recommend them highly. Exclamation point, and then you tag them in the post, and then it tells your clients that you are doing real estate, but doing above and beyond just real estate. You're giving them a list of people that could help them sell their home. So hopefully that helps. Definitely find a social object. Real estate agents are pretty, I should say, pretty good about finding, already have one. But the bad thing is we're bad about publicizing that because we were told not to when we got into the business. What I found is people remember me sometimes about my social object versus my, oh, you did this Facebook post about whatever. So find your social object. Mine is shoes, hot pink shoes. I posted on Foursquare, and this has been quite a few years ago, but I posted on Foursquare about I checked into DSW, which is a store, and said I'm looking for hot pink heels. That was in May. In October, I get a text from one of my clients sending me pictures of hot pink shoes and asking me, did you ever find them? So she found some for me, and she remembered me because of my social object. So it's a way for them to connect, whether it's food, whether it's wine, whether it's golf, whatever it may be on your social object, post about that and some cool things about that. So let's talk about like, comment, and sharing. So big thing is make sure that you like the NAR Facebook page and the NAR YPN. I do a lot of referrals from the NAR YPN page. And I have on here my state page on here, but which is Texas Association of Realtors, but any of your obviously local, your state associations, because if you like them, then they automatically come up in your news feed, and it makes it great to share good content, like you know what you're talking about, and you don't have to create it, which is another beautiful thing. Franchise business pages of other companies that maybe you send business to, and as well as local businesses page. So like I just talked about on that carpet person, if they had a business page, I would be tagging them in the post. If they didn't have a business page, then I would tag that person, the owner of the company, in the post as well. And so Facebook business page, let's wrap it up here, is very similar to the personal one, but the business page is going to only be about real estate. So local market info, mortgage info, like real estate stuff that you're seeing out there, maybe changes in your area on real estate, maybe laws, maybe something that a call to action from RPAC, those type of things. And you can then also post about marketing listings and working with clients, but be really, really careful about posting the clients you work with and make sure your clients are okay with that. So on business page, you're not going to be talking about yourself personally. You're just going to be talking about all real estate, again, and making it subliminal so that they don't feel like they're overwhelmed or being what I call face palmed in their face about how great you are in real estate. Again, if you're posting about things like this, I see a lot of agents do this. They'll post about, oh, I have this listing appointment I didn't get done until 9 o'clock at night. You know, real estate's great. Or if you know somebody that wants to list or sell, have them call me. And think about what your friends are thinking about when they see those posts. It may not be, you know, potentially a good idea. It could look like you're desperate. Not saying you are, but remember what you have to think like a consumer. Also remember the good times to post on Facebook. And I think we talk about that in one of my RETI Facebook webinars as well. So on your business page, make sure your content is good. One thing I use is I have a Google alert set up for stuff around my area. So if things are trending, I want to go do a Facebook post about that or put it on my blog and then post it out to Facebook. So I'll know I'll get good search engine optimization. You can do a Facebook boost post. And if you do that, that's great. No problems about that. It's a great tool, but most of those Facebook boost posts need to be organic, meaning that you created them yourselves, or you can have sponsored content that somebody else created for you, or you could do Facebook sponsored ads. So the huge battle continues with everybody going, why should I do a Facebook business post? Should I do a business page? Everybody told me to do that, or I'm not posting about my real estate on my personal because I don't want everybody to know. So here's a couple of Amy tips on this. Your personal page needs to be personal. People want to buy from people they know, like, and trust. That's an old adage. So post things that you think that would engage your friends. not necessarily to buy, but to remember that you are selling real estate. If you are doing a Facebook business page, know the difference between a boost post versus an ad um, or a promoted post. And how much is your advertising budget set for? And what do you want to set the limits at? So, if you're doing a boost post, so the boost post we've done is to get, and the whole strategy was to get more likes to our website. If you're doing, and as well as engagement and people to share. So we did a Facebook ad and we ran an ad campaign for I think 6 months, and we paid quite a bit of money for an outside company to run the Facebook ad. Great. They could tailor it to somewhat of our demographics. And what we personally saw is that they did not go through and like our page, that we could see that they were looking at the article, whatever we posted, but not necessarily doing the next step. So for us in our company, we decided to do more Facebook boost posts because we found that they liked the page. We found that they shared the content more, as well as then our analytics on Google showed that they were actually going to our website. So it doesn't matter what one you choose. You just need to know what your mindset is in choosing each one of these paths. So when you're doing any of these, any marketing, I'm big on that. You need to measure the ROI. So the return on investment, and I'm going to add for that is social media influence, is measure the return on influence of your social media. So if you're doing something you don't have on LinkedIn and maybe you only have 10 followers, you may not have the best audience to post something. Maybe it's another way, another venue to post to get the return on the influence of, as well as return on the investment of time. So I'm sure your head is exploding right now, and there's a hashtag there, hashtag head exploding. Don't sweat this. It's again a big process, but I wanted to give you Facebook tips. And again, Facebook is always changing. So what we talk about today and rules and stuff, um, they've been kind of around for a while, but new ways to use Facebook are always coming out. So make sure you visit RATI's website and get those. And so if you have any reason to want to reach out to me, easiest way is you can follow me on Facebook or send me a private message on Facebook, or you can tweet me at Amyoutloud. Thanks so much, guys. Hope you have a fab day.